Hey guys, so today I'm going to do a get ready with me video using the new Wet n Wild Heart and Heavy eyeshadow palette from the Queen of My Heart collection for spring that just came out. And this video is going to be shorter than yesterday's. Different people like videos of different lengths, so I did a get ready with me video yesterday that was a half an hour long. So we're going to shorten it up today, and I have already applied certain products. If you want to see these products applied, all you have to do is go back and watch the beginning of yesterday's video, and that is where I applied the following products. Milani Keep It Smooth Luxe Lip Treatment, moisturized my lips. Then I went in with Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser as my foundation primer. And then I applied Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation in the shade Classic Ivory, which is number 120. And then I used LA Girl Pro Conceal HD High Definition Concealer in Classic Ivory. And then I set that with Maybelline Master Fix Setting and Perfecting Loose Powder. And this is just a translucent powder. Alright, let's take it from there. The next product I'm going to use is NYX Wonder Stick Highlight and Contour in the shade Light/Medium. I am only going to use the contour side. And I'm going to use a Sephora Pro Flawless Airbrush number 56 to blend that. We're having 55-mile-an-hour winds again today. Been getting that a lot lately because there's a storm coming in. We're getting a snowstorm tomorrow, I guess, and then we're getting another one on Tuesday. So spring is not anxious to get here, apparently. Today, however, is going to be a beautiful day, so I intend to go to Ulta and check out those Catrice products that I was telling you about in yesterday's video. There's also some new products from Makeup Revolution that I want to check out. So if everything goes as planned, I should have a haul video for you tomorrow. I also picked up something else just briefly yesterday. Picked up one thing, so that will be included as well. Okay, so contour is on. And then for blush today, I'm going to use my Beauty Multistick in Almond. I love these things. They can be used for a lipstick, a blush, an eyeshadow base, so many things. And I have 3 of them. I would love to get more, but they're kind of pricey. I don't buy a lot of Sephora type makeup, but I'm going to use this for multiple things today. So I'm going to use this as my blush. And let's see. I'm going to use a Real Techniques number 300 brush to apply that. So I'm just going to brush some of this onto the brush. I'm going to go right above that contour. Sort of merge it into the contour. And for my highlight today, I'm going to use something that was from the Wet n Wild, let's see, let me get my information correct. This is the Mega Glow Highlighting Gold Bar in Holly Goldhead from the Holiday 2016 collection, Sequins and Stardust. Does anybody remember how hard this was to find? Some of these Wet n Wild collections can be quite difficult. So I'm just going to use the setting brush that I used to apply my translucent powder under my eyes. And I'm not going to wet the brush today because I am going out, so I don't want this highlight to be too crazy. I just want it to be fairly subtle. But I thought this color would look good with the other colors that I'm using today. Okay, now on my eyes, I'm going to use that same Bite Beauty Multistick in Almond as an eyeshadow base. And I'm going to apply that with the Sephora Pro Airbrush Concealer Brush in number 57. So I'm just putting some of that on my brush, and I'm going to put that all over the eyelids and then into the crease and outer corner area. And you don't have to be too precise, because we are going to put something on over this. This is just a colored base. But you do want to try to make it as even as you can from eye to eye, because the eyeshadows that you put over a colored base will be deeper or less deep in tone depending on how much of the product you have on under it. And what color it is, of course. Okay, so that looks pretty even to me. Alright, so the Wet n Wild Heart and Heavy palette. This is the one I decided to go with today. So we're going to start with that brow bone highlight shade, which is pretty much a white, but it looks like it has a hint of gold to it. Very pretty. And I'm just going to use an e.l.f. contour brush to apply that. Very pretty. I'm also going to pop a little bit of that in the inner corners. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a MAC 239 brush, and I'm going to put this shade right here on the lids. This is kind of an interesting shade. It's like a peachy rose. It's quite unique. I think that's why I was drawn to this palette, was because of this shade. So I'm going to put that on over my eyeshadow base, which from what I can see ended up being a pretty good choice. I like to go a shade or two darker with my base than what I'm applying over it. It just gives it like a little more dimension, makes it a little more interesting looking. So that seems to be a pretty good match. I was going to go with more of a peach, but I kind of like the rosiness in this shade. And I don't know that the peach would have been complementary. It could have clashed. Okay, so we're just going to go on the lids with that. Okay, now the crease shade is like a very deep burgundy, I would say. And I'm going to take a BH Cosmetics 129 brush, and I'm just going to put a little bit, I'm just barely dabbing my brush into the shadow because it looks like a really, really dark color. And I'm just going to sort of dab that. Wow, is that pigmented? Whew. So I'm just dabbing that on the outside part of my lid and in the crease. Wow. And I think what I should probably do is grab another brush to blend that out. Okay, so I just grabbed an e.l.f. blending brush. I'm going to try to blend that down onto the eyelid. And forward into the crease. Boy, am I glad I barely touched that eyeshadow. That is really something. Okay, we can clean up the edges afterwards. I want to move on to the other side. Alright, so once again, just barely touch your brush in this. I'm sort of lightly pressing my brush rather than scraping it or dabbing it. I think I picked up a little bit less product this time, so it might be easier to blend it out, but then it might not be even. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is rather than use that, I'm going to take a tiny little bit and put it right on the blending brush just to try to even this up a little bit because it needs a little bit more color to make it look like the other side. Okay, I'm gonna grab some Q-tips. Okay, I've got my Finding Dory Q-tips. I finally got around to seeing this movie on Netflix the other day, and oh, what a cute movie, huh? I'm sure most of you have seen it. That was so sweet. Okay, so this side, I blended it over just a little too far, so I'm just gonna sort of go on the edge there, just so that it's more even, like with the edge of my brow. And I'm gonna flip it over. Sort of using that like as a guide. Okay, that's good. All right, next I am going to grab an eyeliner. I'm going to use the NYX Faux Blacks eyeliner in Oxblood. And I don't think that these burgundy trends are going to be going away anytime soon, so I'm kind of glad that I got this eyeliner because it's been coming in handy. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to take this right like on the edge of my lash line on the bottom here, right at the base of my roots of my lashes. So I'm not going on the waterline because that could not have the effect that I want it to. It just might make me look more sick than anything. So I'm going to go a little bit lower right at the base of the lashes like that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a small pencil brush and I'm going to go back into the eyeshadow palette and I'm going to take a little bit of that rosy eyelid shade and I'm going to smudge that into the beginning of that eyeliner. Like maybe the first half or so. Then I'm going to dip my brush into the darker middle shade, crease color, and I'm going to smudge that into the outer half of the eyeliner. Now I'm going to take a black eyeliner and that Revlon black eyeliner color stay that I was using the other day, I threw that away. That was terrible. I haven't even had that a year and it was all dried up. So you won't be seeing that again. So fortunately I do have some other black eyeliners. This one is by LA Girl and it's the Glide Gel Liner in Very Black. And I'm going to put this on my tight line. And I'm going to do my mascara and brows off camera, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I used Wet n Wild Mega Slim Skinny Mascara on the bottom lashes, and then I used Maybelline the Colossal Spider Effect mascara on the top lashes. And what would a video be without me dropping something? I did my brows with Anastasia Brow Wiz in medium brown. And I'm going to do a little bit of bronzer today. I'm going to use the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in light. And I'm going to use an e.l.f. Ultimate blending brush. So I'm just going to go under my chin, along my jawline, along the sides of my face, and along the hairline. Alright, so the only thing left is lips, so you know what that means. NYX lip primer, always. What I've been doing is, for a while there when I was using this, I was using this and then a lip product. But sometimes now, sometimes not always, I use a lip liner also, and it doesn't, this doesn't affect the performance of whatever you put over it. It's still going to work just as good, if not better. Okay, so NYX lip primer is on. Then we're going to go back to that Beauty Multistick in Almond. This is such a great shade because not all the colors in this line would I use for a blush, a lip product, and an eyeshadow base, but this one definitely is good at the multitasking. So I'm going to use this on my lips too. All right, finally it's even. And that is the finished look. And I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And I'll see you next time. Bye.